Well guys, we have the G6 here, and as you can tell, there's a little bit of a problem over here. I'll be openly honest with you, I really didn't think these spindles were going to snap like that. These are cast spindles out of a Celebrity, and I really didn't think they were going to break this way. It also broke the bottom ball joint. I just placed it back in there right now so it can be sitting there. It pulled the axle out. I'm pretty sure the axle's busted. Tie rod, still straight. Strut, still straight. Like, everything's straight except for the spindle. It was actually a very well placed, well executed hit from a Camry. I heard it coming, but there was nothing I could do. So let's go through this thing. I don't know how long I lasted. I haven't edited any of the videos yet. I know that one of the Camrys came at me very hard, and these are stock cars. You can't shorten them, you can't get rid of the crush boxes, you can't do nothing on these cars. A Camry came at me pretty aggressively in the front, and we went bumper to bumper. I think he had an 80s Vic, or maybe even a 70s bumper, and I had this 80s Lincoln bumper. It bent just a little bit right here, but the frame never buckled. I honestly thought the entire front of the car was garbage, because I was sitting in the car and he hit me and I was like, this car's good junk. But when I got out of the car, it's still straight. To be honest, I'm very impressed. I thought this car would go right at these crush boxes and there would be nothing left of the car after a very short run. I am running looped lines. No problems. Like, still have water. Car didn't even get that hot. Again, I don't really know how long I lasted. I'll have to edit the videos and see how long I did actually last. But this is what took me out. Let's go here. Impressive. That is the word I'm going to use for this right now. I was actually hitting people pretty hard with the back of this car, and I was super, super impressed with the back of it. I found that it had the power. So there was a couple Malibus there. After a little bit of research, I believe the Malibus are like 107-inch wheelbase, but this is like 111.9. So even though they're the same platform car, this thing's got like 4 inches on the wheelbase. But the back of this thing was pretty good. I didn't break any trailing arms. As you guys can see, no trailing arms are busted over here. No trailing arms are busted. Even with all the aluminum, everything stayed together. They did make me wire seatbelt in my springs, so I did that. Frame is actually still straight, just the body's ripped off. So like if I was to put some 9-wire from the trunk lid to the frame, maybe that would have held it on there a little bit better, but you can see all their spot welds are just letting go. This side here, the frame has actually come in. Now I didn't notch, I didn't dimple. The only thing I did was remove the rear bumper off this car. There is no body creasing, there is no body dimpling, there is no frame dimpling, there is nothing done to the back of this car. Impressive. But the sheet metal is still pretty thin. Something that did happen to me inside the ring, I did have to cut my seatbelt to get out of the car because the airbag went off in the seatbelt and it tightened and I could not get it off. So that kind of sucked. I'm just gonna fix the seatbelt and go again. But now here comes the problem. I can put all this back together with the aluminum stuff, but I'm gonna need a ball joint. Which means I gotta replace the whole control arm, which isn't a big deal, but then I have to buy one. But I can wait and get one probably from my buddy who's derbying one of these cars too if he doesn't break his ball joint. So that's what I can do for that one. But I will never find another 1990 Celebrity with a 3-1 spindle again, which kind of sucks. So we have to determine how we're going to fix this. Do I put the factory aluminum spindle back in to get me back in the ring with it one more time? Do I try to put a W-body spindle into this? What do you guys think I should do? I'm not 100% sure. With how this broke, I could probably drill out the bottom of the control arm, put a washer, drop the W-body ball joint into it, and then do the nut up on the bottom, and then put the whole W-body strut into it and change the top hat from this one. See, this, guys, it's just a lot of thinking now on what I'm going to do to swap it and what am I going to do to fix this car. But I do know that I have to get it off the trailer, and it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy. But overall, guys, let's go take a look at the driver's side, because I did show you the back and, sorry, the passenger side. I did show you the back and the driver's side, so let's go look at the passenger side. There's really not much to show. Some body damage up here. A little bit of damage on the door, nothing bad. Again, frame extremely straight. These struts are garbage. Nothing really noteworthy, to be honest. Both tie rods are straight, and that guy got me on that driver's side tire unbelievably. And that's as big a plate as I am allowed to hold the bumper on. So there's no plates, there's no steel, there's no nothing helping the front of this car stay straight. I am really impressed on it. I honestly thought that this whole frame from here to here would just disintegrate. But overall, I was impressed. You know what? As the Mini Cooper, I would run one of these again. I just want to figure out the fronts of these cars a little bit better. GMs with these aluminum spindles, you know what? The GMs are half decently tough. You just have to get rid of that spindle. Just get rid of it. So we're going to take this off. We're going to dump it probably over there somewhere. To be honest, I have no idea where I'm going to dump it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of contemplate, and throughout the week this week, we are going to work on this, and we're going to figure out what we can do to get it back in the ring. Because I can run this car a couple more times this year. I just have to get it back on the track. And I am allowed to swap spindles, but we'll determine if I'm going to put the factory one back in, because I don't think this is any good. You know what? It's actually... No, that's busted. Yeah, that axle's busted. So we will need an axle for it as well. But you know what, guys? We'll figure this thing out, and we'll go from there. I just got to figure out what I have to do to get it into the ring again. Somebody's saying put Cavalier into it. I don't think Cavalier stuff's going to work, guys. And I kind of have a good idea what Cavalier parts look like. But let's get it off the trailer and up on some tires, because we do need these tires to give to a buddy tomorrow so he can run his car. And I need my trailer empty because I'm running a different car tomorrow. So let's get it off. Well, make sure you guys come back for the next episode, because I'll be fixing this hunk of junk, trying to put W-body pieces inside of a non-W body car. So if you guys think they're going to fit, let me know. If you think I'm crazy, definitely leave a comment down below. We're going to be putting this thing back together. It's either take all this out, put this piece in to keep steel spindles, or put the aluminums back in. No matter what, we have to get this thing going again, because I want to derby this again. And we're going to see what we can do. So stay tuned.